Hello, I'm Janessa. Welcome to my channel. We are doing another Get Ready With Me video. It's been a while. I know it's been months and months and months. A lot has changed. I now have two other YouTube channels, and as I do my makeup today, I'll get into what's been going on with those channels. But yeah, I wanted to come back to this channel, Janessa Nickel, and just connect with you, to be honest, because there's a lot that's been happening and I'm still as much into skincare and makeup as usual. So I thought, hey, it'd be easy to do a little update. And also I do have Invisalign. So that's another another life update. Oh my God, there's been so much that's been happening this year. I'm recording this in September of 2025. I can't even remember the last time I put out a video on this channel, but here we are. So let's get into it. I'm just gonna chat through different things I'm trying. Actually, I think all the products that I'm gonna use today are products that I've been using for a while, except for a new one. I am gonna try a new foundation here. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation. I've been looking for a replacement of my IT Cosmetics foundation because I love it. I mean, it's the one, it's like the natural matte, and I use it a lot when I do my recordings. And today, in addition to doing this video here, I do have a couple client videos to do for some astrology clients. So I thought it would be a good time to experiment with something different, and we'll see if it fits. But first, let's get into headband because I just washed my hair. I'm gonna try to keep foundation out of it today. I actually got it cut. No, not cut. I got it colored last week, had a nice little gloss put on it, and then tried to not wash my hair for as long as possible, just to let the gloss like seep in. Also, don't judge me though. I haven't quite cleaned my brushes for a few days. I'm just gonna try this natural ivory, put it on, and after I test it out, I want to share with you what's been going on in my life a little bit since we last connected. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, I'll try this just on the back of my hand. It looks promising. Let's see what it actually looks like on my face though. I'm gonna get my little mirror over here a little closer so I can see myself and put it on. What do you think? That might actually work. I got a lighter tone initially. It was the ivory, porcelain ivory, something like that. A little too light. I mean, I am very pasty. My Swedish Scandinavian skin is quite fair, but we'll just blend this in. And I'm actually gonna have my laptop down here, look below, just to see how it's going. Actually, that's pretty nice. Yeah, it might be a little yellow for me. It's so hard to know until I get my full face, but we're gonna roll with it. I think I'm gonna just go with it for the client recordings today. Fortunately for my client video recordings today, I just stay in a little circle on the screen. It's a little different than going out for like date night or doing one of my other YouTube videos where you see a lot more of me. It might be a little bit more obvious if the tone is different. So I think this will work out. I think the only other thing I have today, I got a lot of work done today. I already been to the gym, getting on my fitness. And then I do have a nail appointment later today, which is really nice because I haven't had my nails done in a long time. I've been working on keeping them natural, growing them out, and I'm really excited to get them done today. I did a little experiment with the press-ons recently, and I've tried so many different brands. Glamnetic, I've done like your drugstore variety press-ons. I've also gone through phases where I've done dip manicures, gel. I think I'm gonna get gel today, and I'm so torn because I miss having my nails done. There's just something that feels so like nice and feminine for me when I have them done, but they're a pain to keep up. They can damage nails. That's why I went for so long, just letting them grow out. So, hey, I'm really liking this. Yeah, this is looking, got a little red on my ears still from drying my hair, but I think I actually like this. This might be a really nice drugstore replacement for the IT Cosmetics because that stuff is definitely a bit more expensive. So let's get into it. And I was like, I'm gonna give you a life update. And then I just was chatty Cathy over here. So what's been going on? Well, in my last video, I was like, hey, I'm disappearing for a while because I had a little project that I wanted to work on, which was a new YouTube channel called Astrology with Janessa. And I started that way back in January of 2025. So it's been 9 months ish, 8.5 months. I don't know, math. It's been a while since I started that channel. And I had no idea where it was going to go. I just knew I love astrology. I used to do client work with astrology years ago. I've kept up with my studies and completed a course in around January of this year. And I was like, I really want to do this. I want to try to do astrology on YouTube again, even if it's just a hobby, whatever. It's something I love. I'll put it out there. And I started covering the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni lawsuit. And without getting into all the details here, because maybe you haven't looked at any of my content on that channel. And if you haven't, no worries. But maybe you're here because of that channel, and that's how you actually learned about me. So you already know the story. But basically, I was covering this very public lawsuit between Blake Lively, the actress, Justin Baldoni, the actor, and also director and producer for the movie It Ends With Us. And long story short, my little YouTube channel, Astrology with Janessa, which I started in January again of this year, ended up getting on a list for YouTube accounts that the Blake Lively legal team was requesting account information from Google. So it wasn't a subpoena for me, like personally, but it was my account and it was a subpoena to Google. So if you want to get caught up on what was going on over there, I think I have a whole playlist on that channel, Astrology with Janessa, where you get to see live. Like I went all in. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to document this. I have no idea what's going on. I ended up having to get a lawyer. It's a whole thing. And again, just go over to that channel if you want to see some of my real time reaction. But for a while now, I've had this channel just paused. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it, but I also started my Health Sense with Janessa YouTube channel. And you might be wondering where I'm going with this, because this is like, I guess this channel, Janessa Nickel, is all about life and business chats, really casual stuff as I get ready. I don't know. Maybe this chat is about how I'm trying to just follow my passions. I'm trying to just go with the creative flow and see where it takes me, because I knew I wanted to do the astrology channel for that hobby. I knew that I wanted to do something health and fitness related because my core business is health coaching. And now I'm in a position where, with all of the chaos, the good that comes out of it is that I actually now have astrology clients too. And I have 3 YouTube channels, which I guess I'm trying to grow. This might be horrible business advice or social media advice. I don't know. I actually don't know of a lot of people who have 2, 3 or more successful YouTube channels. I should probably research that just to expand my whole impression of what is possible for me, because I would love to have multiple YouTube channels. And the way that I justify it, even though people might be like, what are you doing? That's just crazy. I just kind of think of it as each of these channels it's a slightly different expression of who I am and what I care about. Obviously, astrology is very, very niche, and you may not care at all about it. Maybe you've come across this channel here simply because, I don't know, like the thumbnail was like intriguing, which probably wasn't the case. I don't put effort into the thumbnails for this channel. But maybe you came here for another reason, or maybe you're one of my followers from years and years ago when I used to put content out on this channel. I don't know why you're here, but my point is, you might be interested in astrology, you might not. And someone who's following my Health Sense with Janessa channel also might be interested in astrology, might not. I think what I'm trying to say is I really love that we're in a day and age where some of the benefits of technology, no, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of disadvantages and weird things going on in this world now with technology. But one of the benefits, or rather, and I guess one of the benefits is that we can take our creative passions and we can really do something with them, connect with people, create community around it, even monetize it, even earn money from it, which is pretty cool. And that's been, to be candid, like that's been an obsession and a goal of mine since probably 2016, 2017. Those were the days where I think this culture around content creation and YouTube and Instagram, like things were starting to take off, but it wasn't, I don't know, it's definitely not like it is today. Like now today, there are certain platforms that I just can't even go on because they're just way, 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 way too stimulating for me. And I think that's why I gravitate towards the long form content. Let me know. What do you think? I mean, are you on the short form content platforms like Instagram, TikTok? Are there new ones? Is Snapchat still a thing? I don't even know. At this point, I just really love the long form. And I find that some people really dig that stuff. Some people really prefer the short form, and then some people like to watch it all. So what do you like? Do you like just scrolling on the Insta? Are you a big TikTok fan? And I'm also really curious for the long form content that you do consume. How do you find it? Because I guess one of the benefits of YouTube is that it is still fundamentally a search engine. I don't think of, although this could be a generational thing, because I heard recently that for the Gen Zers, which I'm an elder millennial born in the 80s, but I think for Gen Zers, some go to TikTok for search. Are you one of those? I'm curious, like what do you search for if you're on that platform? I don't even know. But I've gotten really curious, I guess, about these different behaviors and how people connect, because it does seem like a core of it still is, oh no, you see that? Ha. Okay. Don't judge me. Oh no, that's making it worse. Hang on a second. My dirty, dirty little head wrap. Let's see if I can get some of this off. I'm out of practice. I am out of practice on this channel. Okay, we'll call it good. I think that's good enough. Things are starting to shape up a little bit. Once I put bronzer on, it'll be a lot better. And I don't know why I went in this order. Usually I do it the other way. I do bronzer and then mascara. But thankfully I'm going to do the bronzer before I do the concealer. Let's see. Where was I? What else have I been kind of realizing from all of this, in addition to the power of social media? Ooh, well, here's some things related to my experience with the subpoena, and just what's really become clear to me is this importance of not silencing ourselves. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when a couple centimillionaires decided to target my channel through the subpoena to Google, it was a little, I don't know, scary is the right word. It was unsettling, right? It felt very unsettling. It felt a bit invasive. And my lawyer, I mean, he reassured me. He was like, I want you to know, like, just because you're on this subpoena, I mean, it doesn't mean that they're accusing you of anything. And I'm like, okay, sure, technically speaking. But when it comes to how social media is covering this, there were a lot of really negative voices that were saying bad things about all the content creators, including myself, who were included in this. So it did feel icky. It just felt icky, right? And all of that because I just decided to cover a topic on my YouTube channel. And that has been a big realization for me too, that we live in this day and age where it's so beautiful, again, that we can use social media to voice our opinions, to connect with people. And I feel like things have fundamentally changed where am I going to need just like an ongoing relationship with a lawyer? I hope not. I hope that this is the end of it. Like, I don't know why else anybody would come for me. But then again, I didn't think anybody would come for me for my astrology content either. It's just odd what we're facing right now. And I'm like a newbie content creator, even though I've created content for YouTube off and on for years. I was never monetized, and I feel like this is a really, really bizarre sort of initiation into this world. So I still come back to the importance of using our ability to speak up when we have an opinion, when we see injustice. And it's complicated. I know there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on around that, but my concern is that if we do not protect freedom of speech, that it just starts to degrade very quickly. And I was not intending for this to become like serious, so serious. So maybe we shift the tone a little bit, but it's also just being honest about how I've been feeling recently and what I've been thinking about. I'm trying to figure out, okay, like this is one I use for my under eyes. This is one that I use for, like, I don't know, around my nose and stuff. Let me see. We'll call it good. We'll call it good. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something, but maybe I'm not. I'm going to look at my mirror so I can hopefully not create a slip up like I did with the mascara there. Just put this on. I find it so calming to do my makeup. I resist it sometimes. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to like put myself together today. And then when I do, it's sort of like going to the gym. I never regret it. I never regret just taking care of myself in this way. And even if I don't have a ton going on, it's still just, it's nice. Same with the nails. It's like instantly, I feel like I'm put together if I have my nails done. Okay, let's start clearing out some space because I got brushes everywhere. I need to clean these brushes. But, you know, what are you going to do? I got to find the right, I got to find the right brush. This is my little dirty brush container. But hey, it works. So what else? What else do we chat about? Like, I think another realization I've had recently around all of this and just having a YouTube channel kind of suddenly explode in a sense. I mean, I went from about 240 subscribers on that channel to thousands at this point. I really had to reckon with this idea that some people just aren't going to like you. Like, some people are just not going to like me. They're just not. They're not going to like how I talk. They're not going to like my take on things. They're going to disagree with my opinion. Some don't like how I look. I mean, it's just, as soon as we start to put ourselves out there, we live in this world with social media. I mean, I've been talking about the benefits of social media, but I think one of the shadow aspects of it is that with the internet as it is, there's such a level of anonymity and people can just show up. I mean, it's so bizarre to me because, again, I grew up, I'm an elder millennial. I think I got my first social media account, it was Facebook, and it was right as I was going to college. So I spent my entire middle school and high school experience without social media. And it's just weird to me that people can like show up on your account, on your YouTube or your Instagram or wherever you like to hang out and just start spitting negativity. And there's no consequence when there's this level of anonymity. You don't know who these people are. And I think it really messes with this culture and our experience. I've definitely received some negative comments, which I guess one way to take it is, well, at least people are watching. At least I'm getting some sort of reaction. But I'm not going to lie, some of them have bothered me. Some of them have been just not very kind, whether it was to me or to other people. And I've had to go through this process of figuring out, okay, if this were a physical house, like if my social media platforms were an actual house where I was hanging out and random people just started showing up, spewing hate or negativity, how would I respond? I'd kick them out. But I really hesitated to that. Like, I still have mixed feelings sometimes when I get really negative comments. And there aren't that many. To be fair, my Fortunately, my little corners, now three of them of the internet, have been very nice, very kind. I really, really love my community that's growing over on Astrology with Janessa, especially people who show up to the live streams. Like they just seem like good-hearted people, and I want to attract in more and more. And there are also people, whoops, there are people who are not that way. And at first I was like, oh, I shouldn't delete comments, even if they're negative. I should be more, I don't know what, like spiritual. Sorry, I'm putting all my stuff over there. I should be like more spiritual than that. I should be more compassionate than that. And then I'm like, you know what? No, like sometimes we just have to set boundaries. And it's okay to set boundaries, and it's okay to remove people from our space if they're just obviously showing up with just malintent, you know? So yeah, those are just some, I had no idea where this conversation was going, to be honest. There's a part of me now, I'm like second guessing myself and feeling insecure. And I'm like, do I even put this out there? What will people think? But this is what I think about. And I don't know what else to do with this channel at this point. It was a get ready with me chit chat. So I'll just do it. Let's chit chat. I want to hear from you. What do you think? What do you think about all these things? The idea that we are more connected than ever before, which is amazing. But also there's this level of anonymity and just, it feels like to me, I mean, you tell me what you think, but it feels like there's just this growing animosity and this polarization. And I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do about it, because that's where I get so torn. Like, should we be deleting negative comments, or are we missing an opportunity to engage? Like, how do you know when it's worth it to put in the energy and try to have a real conversation where you're learning from someone and they're learning from you, and you might have different opinions about things, and that's okay, because I also don't think it's good to be in just this echo chamber of the same beliefs, the same thoughts. But when is it too much? How do you draw that line? I don't know. These are questions I'm thinking about. And Sadie just stirred. She's on the couch over here. I think she heard something in the hallway, so she might be freaking out here. But also, what do you think? I might keep playing around with this Maybelline product. I was influenced to purchase it because I've learned so much from Nikki LaRose, or Nikki L.A. Rose. I think it's Nikki LaRose. But anyway, she's a big YouTuber. She's also big on Instagram. She's a professional makeup artist. And I have just learned so much from her about makeup application. And anyway, this was one of the products that she recommended as a drugstore option. So I figured I'd try it. And I'm really glad I got a tone that fits me a little better. So, okay. Now I got to concentrate because I got to do my lips, and that's a little harder I can't talk to you while I do my lips. I actually got a question on my astrology channel recently about my lip products. I love Fenty Beauty. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm hearing something through my apartment. It's okay, baby. Do you want a treat, Sadie girl? Here, I got to give Sadie a treat. She's got her little allergy-friendly treats. Do you want a biscuit? Have a biscuit. Yeah, good girl. I'm trying to help her make good choices. When we hear things and you're living in a big apartment, it's like, you never know what you're going to run into. Anyway, Fenty Beauty. I really love this one. What is this? It's called peanut butter, which I love as a food, by the way. It's one of my favorite foods. This is also named after a food. Yes, Sadie, dear. This one is, I think, glazed donut. Glazed donut. So anyway, I'm going to do this real quick and then I'll come back to you and we'll wrap this up. First though, I realized I got to sharpen it. It's okay. I know. You have to shush. I know. I hear you. Yeah. Gives it a little more color. I've been trying to play around with a little bit more of like an overdrawn style. I've never had lip filler. I did get Botox once. I think it was for my 35th birthday, I think. I got Botox and it made me cry. It was nothing about the Botox, it was the needle. I got freaked out and I started crying. And I was going to try lip filler for the first time after she did the Botox. And this was with a medical doctor, like MD medical doctor. And I chickened out. And I'm kind of glad I did because looking back, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to get in the habit of the whole lip filler thing. So I just do little like overdraw, which actually I think I can fill that in a little bit more. Okay, that looks a little more even. And then we'll put the lighter pink on top. Yeah, it's fun. What is hard though is because of the Invisalign, I've been getting like lipstick caught on the actual Invisalign. This is going to be an interesting process for the next few months. Okay, I'm going to put this stuff away. Okay, there we go. All done. Ready to do some client recordings for the day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Yeah, if you made it this far, is there like a biscuit emoji? A cookie emoji? We could do that for Sadie and her needing so many biscuits today. But I really appreciate you being here as always. It's fun to just connect, have fun, chill, chit chat about stuff. Let me know what you think about the topics that I brought up today that have been on my mind. Curious what your take on it is. And if you are interested in hanging out with me in my other little corners of the internet, you can check out Astrology with Janessa, Health Sense with Janessa. At some point on this channel, maybe, or maybe I'll just start a fourth YouTube channel. Who knows? I would like to put out some content just documenting more of the behind the scenes with YouTube and this whole process, because again, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm absolutely crazy for thinking that I'm going to have 3 different YouTube channels. And wouldn't it be cool if I could monetize all of them? If it's possible, it'll take some time. But if you're interested in that kind of content, let me know too. I cannot replicate what I did with Astrology with Janessa to get it monetized, because that is just a crazy story. But I'm really hoping that the process to monetize Health Sense with Janessa and this channel, that that'll be a little bit more of like a low key, just gradual process. So we'll see. But as always, it's good to connect with you, and I look forward to connecting again soon.